Yeah, Adam West is in the middle for me somewhere, but like that's really hard to compare. And I know you're not a Batman 66 fan, but like that's such a deep
Although that might
thing.
change because I do want to be open minded on our new Batman channel, so I do want to cover 66 on there. You guys have
Ooh,
watched The
that,
Machinist? I have not, but I've heard good things.
God, that dude, The Machinist, is that a Christian Bale? Like I think
That's that
that's been
movie
on.
he did right before Begins, where like he was a stick.
Dude, that's been on my watch list for like 15 years.
Yeah, same. I just
I
keep
need to
forgetting
get to.
about it. Slow and steady.
That's the way to go. Yeah, we can try to dial back the involved discussions if you need to focus
Oh,
more.
you're good. He ate only. Yeah. Ugh. I couldn't do that.
None.
Yeah, Bale's one of those actors who, for a while, had like that reputation of like really transforming his body.
Pretty massive.
And I know it's popular to shit on Bale now for his Batman, but he's still my favorite.
You know, that shit pisses me off too. Like, just because we've had stuff come out since then that has been arguably more character, like comic accurate, doesn't suddenly mean what came before is bad.
He's still more comic accurate than Keaton's, in my opinion.
Well,
And I
that's
do like
because Keaton sucks.
Not... Damn.
No, like, okay. This really is a rant more for the Bat channel, but whatever. The only reason that people like Keaton is nostalgia. His Batman is not a detective. He's not a fighter. He just stands around in a rubber costume.
It's not really his fault, though.
No, it's not. But he should not be in the discussion of best Batmans when he has none of the character attributes of Batman.
I don't disagree. I can say for myself that it's not entirely nostalgic. Like,
and his movies suck. 89 is okay, but Returns is the worst Batman film.
Oh, I don't agree. We've talked about this before. I enjoy Returns for what it is, but I do have problems with it.
And Tim Burton's a hack.
Anything in here? Just Halloween stuff.
Well, you might have to cover Beetlejuice 2 for the channel.
I'm not a fan.
Then Batman's So Dude is one of my favorite Batmans. Sorry, Jack, I didn't quite catch that. Yo, what is up, Jake? It's my good buddy Jake. I've known him since... God, we met through, like, Destiny 1 back in the day.
Jake from State Farm? That Jake?
Yes.
Nice.
My name isn't even Jake, and I've heard that like 100 times because I'm friends with a Jake.
I am so sorry. I will leave now.
You unoriginal bastard.
Who's another Jake? In fiction. All I can say is you're not going to be invited on Cap's next Batman 89 commentary.
That was a pretty
Whatever
good.
That is.
That is perfectly okay with me.
Yeah, like I said, I like 89, and there are elements of that movie that are nostalgic for me, but like I didn't see it like the whole movie until I was a young teen. I'd only seen bits and pieces before.
That movie is kind of in the middle of the road for me. Like it, I would put both Schumacher movies above it in terms of watchability, but it's better than Returns.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I think that's it's just a taste issue.
No, Returns just sucks.
The music's great. The sets are awesome. There's great stuff.
The sets are just every Tim Burton movie for the rest of his career.
Yeah, but that's before he was doing that, and that's not true. There's some really cool Art Deco.
All right, we have a proper sniper now.
Nice.
Jake, you're
And,
wrong.
No, the legitimately the best thing I'll say about the Returns is it's unironically probably my favorite Batman film score. Like the music in that movie is fantastic.
See, the Batman has taken that spot.
The music in the Batman's very good, for sure. I think the main theme is okay. It's very similar to the Ben Affleck main theme, but like there is definitely some wonderful music in that movie.
All right, hang on just a second.
I also remember when they released like the full suite, like the full track for the Batman, and there's like the main theme, and then there's like the sweeping melody and different tunes and stuff. And somebody quickly after that was like, "Oh, just skip to this part for the good part." And it was just the main theme. I'm like, what? This is all good. Like, I don't know. It was really bizarre. Like some of the music, if you can remember it, when like during the scene with the flare, like at the end of the movie, like some of that music, some people are like, this sucks, it's not bad, and I'm like, what? That's some of my favorite stuff in the movie. Okay.
Jake, I feel like you're saying Returns is good just because I said it's bad.
And Michelle Pfeiffer, like that's not my favorite version of Catwoman. I think her performance is legitimately great. So I do have positive things to say about that movie. Oh yeah!
God
Catwoman.
damn it! What the fuck? Why do they do so much goddamn damage?
Yeah. I thought I was fucked back there. Thanks for the save, by the way. Of course.
The cinema of trash.
So, those are the wolves. They're really armed. Yeah, they are.
All right, if I don't get it this time, I'm turning the fucking difficulty down a notch because honestly, I'm sick and tired of doing this loop.
I'm totally cool with that. Whatever works to you. I will offer support where I can. You seem to... I don't know what you're doing differently. Like, you were definitely getting the hang of that section last time.
Yeah, the problem is it's been a week and I've been playing other shit.
Yeah.
Same.
I also don't understand how that one hit me because I was like under the stairs and I swear to God it like bounced.
No, I'm not sure if you're referring to
I'm pretty sure he's
Returns or the
referring to
Batman.
Returns because he said right after that Returns is cinema.
Well, in both movies, I think she has a good theme.
Yeah, too bad her writing sucks.
She gets some good lines.
It would also be nice if they'd give me some fucking health crafting shit. My biggest problem is I'm down to one med kit and I have to get through this big long combat section where everybody's apparently a fucking sniper.
Yeah, for sure. The lack of bullets is definitely a hindrance.
When are we doing a commentary on the Batman, boys?
I am game for that whenever, and that'll be a long one too. 3-hour movie.
True.
Well, we've discussed doing a commentary on
Patrols. They were
Dark Knight Returns. We could do that after doing the review a couple weeks later, or if you want to mix it up, do the Batman or something else.
Once they realized
Obviously,
we're out
it's
of
up to you.
school, and that we killed their fucking friends.
Let's get a couple of comic reviews in our belt, and then we'll do movie reviews, because I don't want it to... I don't want to do, like, back-to-back movie reviews.
Well, Dark. We talked about this last time. Dark Knight Returns we would definitely do as a commentary
Seem
since
like they care about
we're
that.
reviewing the comic, so it'd be redundant to review the movie. So a commentary
Yeah.
makes more sense. So it's up to you if you want to do that back to back or give that a break and push off a Dark Knight Returns commentary for a while. But
I
definitely
will-
doesn't make sense to do a review for.
Yeah. I will let Noah decide.
Ooh. Well, don't let him decide because that means we're doing a Batman Returns review next.
No, 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 no. Wait.
What was the name of the girl? No? The one in the TV station? Leah.
There's definitely more good music in the Batman besides the main theme.
She the one
Yeah, and I think the main theme is like the weakest part of the score. Like I think it's fine. It's just very similar to the Ben Affleck version, just the simple, repetitive beat.
No. That is my edumacated.
Yes.
I'll be back in a sec.
Okay, here's the Ben Affleck one. Dun 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 dun, and it's that repeated over and over again. And the Batman's is dun 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 dun, and that's repeated
Yeah,
over.
it's completely
again.
different.
Well, let the chat decide.
No, I mean I get what you're saying, but like the way it sounds is different enough that I think they're unique.
Yeah, they sound more similar when it's like really big and bombastic because they both kind of build and escalate. But like I said, there's a lot of great music in that movie, like the Batmobile sequence.
So I was actually gonna mention, did you want to do like the Killing Joke, Noah, or do you want to do like Batman Ego? Because I own both of those. Although I don't know where my copy of the Killing Joke is currently. I'm sure I can find it on Comixology though. Let's review all of Nightfall
Yeah. Pretty good.
Oh
in
no!
one go. You know what pisses me off about being a Batman fan? Death of Superman
What's that?
has had like 6 adaptations in the last 5 years. Where's my good Nightfall adaptation?
Yeah, I guess that just never happened because Bruce Timm doesn't like it.
Yeah, but we've had adaptations of the Death of Superman in like everything. Not just Bruce
Yeah.
Timm stuff.
Well,
Okay, yeah, we'll do Ego.
Ego sounds good. Ego's good. I've read it one time and it's been a minute, so I'll definitely need to review it. But it is good. And
Jake, you don't even know what Nightfall is.
all I want is a 2-part animated movie of Nightfall with Bane, and he just looks like he looks in the comics. That is all I'm asking for. 'Cause every
All I
time we
want
get
is
to Bane-
Nightfall, but with Bane from Batman and Robin.
Oh no! But
Instead of
like,
I'll break you, when he picks up Batman and does the back break, he just goes bomb.
step. And there are adaptations of Bane outside of comics I kind of like for what they are, but it is so frustrating that we can't just once do the freaking mask from the comic. We always have to change it, and it's really annoying. You know, like an animated series started that, where it's more of a luchador mask. And then he had his S&M phase. Even the Brave and the Bold, which usually sticks to the comic and goes for the classic design, like that had a really big, dumb-looking Bane, and they put a zipper on, like his mouth on the mask. I was like, not even here. Like we can't.
Yeah, why
Just-
do you keep calling Bone Bane? I don't know if you've been on the Arkham subreddit, but it is
I
a
have not.
thing of beauty.
It sounds like a porn thing. I don't really want to look into it.
What? No, so because there's not been like an Arkham game out for so long.
Sure,
that-
there is. It's called Suicide Squad: Kill the Justice League.
Well, before that game, because it had been so long that that whole subreddit for the Arkham games has just like gone insane.
Oh, I'm sure.
They took. You can pull it up if you really want to see it because it's hilarious. But they took Michael Keaton from The Flash and photoshopped off his ears, and just called him Man, and he is the official mascot of that subreddit now.
that I have seen.
Yeah, and they renamed Bane to Bone.
Fascinating.
Is there a lore reason that you haven't gone on the Arkham subreddit? Are you stupid?
Yeah, I'm not a Reddit guy.
Is there a lore reason why Bane loves bombs? Is he stupid? I really shouldn't go on that subreddit because it's probably bad for my mental health, but it's so funny.
Yeah. Well, especially now after Suicide Squad.
They kind of just ignored it. It has its own subreddit, and that's just
Gotcha.
people bitching about the end game.
You recognize any of them? None.
Well, if we never get Nightfall done right, I think the best we can hope for with Bane is I could see James Gunn doing a Secret Six
Funny looking.
I
as a
think
show. Like, I think that could be cool.
if we're going with a Batman that has Damian as his Robin,
He is huge.
I think we could get Nightfall.
It's pretty massive.
If that's like the second movie.
They're spread out all over.
Mm,
Not.
yeah. No, Jake, I like Suicide Squad. Like the story is complete dog shit, but it's fun. That's until I send him to the asylum, where he can meet
the Madhouse.
Man and Bone, and the Jonkler.
Oh God, heard about the Junkler.
No, for in all seriousness though, for your best Reddit browsing experience, stick to like the generic subs, like our games or our movies instead of like our PlayStation. You avoid a lot of the idiots that way.
Gotcha. You probably wouldn't approve, but I wasn't a member. But the only Reddit thread I think I really followed closely for a while was Raimi memes. Some of those are pretty fun.
Hey, I love Raimi memes. I just don't like the Raimi
Okay.
movies.
Agree
Well,
to disagree.
No, let me take that back. I just don't like the second Raimi movie. I still like the first Raimi movie a lot.
Okay. Yeah.
And I was
There-
thinking
there's-
about that movie today, funnily enough, with all of the like Madame Web stuff that's been coming out.
Mhm.
Like, man, I really miss when we just made a Spider-Man movie.
Yeah.
Live Jonkler reaction. I love the Jonkler. Hey, look at that! I can actually make a second med kit. Woo! Dina, get out of the way!
What's that? It's them! Right over here! No! Fuck!
Dina just screwed me.
The hell did they? Keep up the pressure!
You're doing pretty well.
Fan out, people, go! Find them quick!
Okay, with the rifle, that was bullshit. You should hit that. That should have worked.
I know, right? Come here. Come here. Come on. Gotcha.
Got him.
Ha! Got him. Is there a lore reason she didn't see me hiding behind the corner? Is she stupid?
No, she's half blind. And you can unlock her character profile later.
Alright, I know there's another one.
Yeah, the rating memes for fun were for a while, then they eventually got kind of repetitive.
Somebody that I was in the Geekvolution Patreon server with killed the rainy memes, especially Bully McGuire.
Oh yeah, those got really overdone. I've wanted to post some rainy memes I like in the Geekvolution server, and I probably will, but I've been like, God,
No.
these are probably all posted here a while ago. I'm sure everyone's seen these, but I've seen some good ones.
How many guys
For
did they
sure.
send looking for you? Too many.
This guy that ruined them for me would unironically call Tobey Maguire Bully Maguire. When No Way Home was
Yeah.
coming out, he'd be like, I'm so excited for Bully and Andy to come back. And it's like, oh, God.
I'm sure that didn't get old. Okay, so you got part 1 done. You just got
Alright.
another second wave of enemies, and then you got the trip.
No, this is this. No, we have a third wave. This would be second wave, remember?
Oh,
'Cause
okay, gotcha.
the like little car wash thingy was wave 1. The main thing I'm worried about at this point is just the fucking tripwires. They're like, nah, we're not gonna give you a checkpoint for those tripwires. That'd be too
Yeah.
easy.
That's obnoxious. So you didn't go see Madam Web opening day?
I will happily watch it on Netflix.
I'll probably watch it on streaming to laugh at it.
Speaking of Netflix, I saw that Thanksgiving is coming to Netflix, and I'm kind of glad I waited.
Oh, cool. So, so you still haven't seen that?
I have not.
I thought you did. So,
No,
Yeah, hope you
Austin.
enjoy it.
didn't. Oh, you're gonna go see it this weekend? I'm sorry, Jake. Austin's been telling me some of the stuff that happens, and it sounds absolutely dreadful.
oh yeah. Austin also liked Argyle, so take that for what it's worth.
I don't know, man. I like Matthew Vaughn.
I'm kidding. I haven't seen Argyle, but he liked it. Okay, we won't discuss it here because spoilers. Have you heard about the twist,
In what?
Argyle?
No.
It is bizarre, and we will talk about it after the stream.
Okay.
In case anyone wants to, because I mean that movie's still pretty new. I don't talk about that here. Austin was like, whatever. I was fine with it, and I'm like, this is weird to me.
I've been on a big go to the theater kick. Oh, fair enough.
There is nothing in the theater. Like, I thought Argyle looked okay. I just was like, I need to hear really good things about this, and I have not. But Austin liked it, so that's something. I'll eventually check it out. Something. I'm probably not going to go to the theater until Dune 2. I'm looking forward to Dune 2.
See, I wish I liked that first movie as much as everybody else does.
I like it a lot. I didn't love it. Like, if it's too slow or not your thing, like, that's totally fine.
It
I
just
get it, but
it
I
makes
did
me
like-
laugh because I feel like if that had been released by anybody else, people would be tearing it apart for being half a movie.
I disagree. There are other examples of people. Sometimes people roll with it and people don't, and I mean that's an adaptation of a book, so it kind of. I see what you're saying because it wasn't marketed that way. It wasn't marketed. It was just marketed as Dune, so it was a bit misleading. But no, like from casual audiences, there were some people who were frustrated or were like, "What the hell?" So like, not everyone knew going in that it was gonna be just
I
half
don't
the
care
book.
about the card. Come on.
Yeah, like I said, I did like it. Denis Villeneuve is one of my favorite directors, and I thought it was good. I was wanting to love it more than I did. I was pretty hyped for it, but I did like it. But there are some other movies from him that I like quite a bit. But I'm still looking forward to the second one.
I will say that Prisoners is fantastic up until the ending.
Why people would need to fight over it.
I think the ending works.
No, it's
I really like the note that movie leaves on.
Prison. This coming from the man who was like, I wrote an entire dissertation on why La La Land's ending sucks.
I never said this.
No, I'm talking to the chat. No, because I texted him, I was like, I just watched La La Land and I really liked it. That ending was kind of perfect. And he's like, no. I do need to rewatch Dune Part 1. I've only seen it once. I bought it on 4K because I got it for like $10 on Amazon.
Oh, nice. That looks gorgeous.
I haven't even opened it. La La Land's ending is perfect, thank you.
Yeah, that movie ends where it should, I think. What was it about the ending of Prisoners that you didn't like?
Well, we don't have any like resolution with Jackman's character. He just gets left there.
Yeah, we do. We hear the whistle.
Gotta get in there.
That's not a resolution. That's a like.
My
That's a
read
like
on the ending.
hinting.
My read on the ending has always been like, oh yeah, they found him. Like, the whistle was set up earlier, and I enjoyed the note that movie leaves on.
But to be fair to Jake, he also doesn't like bad endings or sad endings.
Yeah.
That's why he doesn't like La La Land.
And the thing with Prisoners is, it's not a happy ending for Jackman's character.
Oh,
either way.
Sorry, Noah, I didn't know you hadn't seen it.
No. I mean, we didn't give everything away.
True.
Like, I was trying to be kind of vague. I mean, but Prisoners is fantastic, whether you like the ending or not.
No, the movie's awesome.
That movie was also like just made for me, just with a lot of things I liked growing up, just different tropes like that. I was just like the right age at the right time for that movie. That was one of my first like quote unquote adult movies I got to see like in the theater, like fresh, and like that was a really exciting experience. I was pretty blown away by it.
Tyler! We're under attack! I think it came from that way!
If you want to see Wolverine versus the Riddler, watch Prisoners. And Rhodey's there.
Over there!
To the right.
Found them! By the coast! Get her down! Don't get in their way! Got her tracked!
Yeah, no, without giving spoilers away, I would say the ending of Prisoners is bittersweet. It's not as depressing or dark as it could have. Like, if it was super dark and depressing, I don't think we'd be recommending it.
I would.
It
I like dark endings. I especially
No,
like,
I-
for lack of a better term, bad endings in movies. It's because we don't get them enough.
Yeah, for me it depends. The thing is, what part of the appeal of horror is that you get to break the rules more, and you get that with that genre more than any other. Where, yeah, your characters aren't necessarily safe and anything can happen. But what frustrates me is there are a lot of horror movies that go for the bad ending and it's super cheap and unearned. And it's like, oh, come on. Like, when like you think your character has made it and then you just get like a final jump scare, screw you, cut to black. Like that doesn't do it for me. Like that's kind of cheap, in my opinion. But I suppose there's good versions of that.
I
Like
think
Night of the
Friday the
Living Dead.
13th has always done that well.
Yeah, Friday the 13th Part 2's opening would bug me more if I was more invested in that character in the first movie. Because
Yeah,
I like
for
the first
sure.
movie. It's not like a masterpiece or anything.
It's kind of like Halloween, where it has a like perfect final act, but the first two acts don't quite.
Yeah, Halloween's a much better directed movie
Yeah.
than Friday the 13th.
No, that's fair. I don't know. That's stuff that like I'm sure I subconsciously notice, but when I'm thinking about do I like this movie, that's not what I
sure.
think about. I'm not a
Yeah, I
film
get that.
nerd. I
Well,
am,
like-
but that's beside the point.
But like Night of the Living Dead, I think has the saddest, darkest ending of that story possible, and I think it earns it. It's not deep, in my opinion. It's a downer note that I think the movie earns.
Yeah, for sure. No, I love No Country for Old Men.
I like No Country for Old Men a lot. There's one thing that happens off screen that I think was a mistake to be off screen, but I'm fine with the events that played out and where that movie ends. Tommy Lee Jones' last scene of that movie is fantastic.
Yeah, y'all worry about the clicker. I'll be back. Not the clicker, but
Take care of him, Dita.
no. So I somehow the clicker heard me, so I threw a Molotov and then crawled under the garage door again, and then the infected runners came out after me, but then got distracted by the AI, so now they're fighting.
I just saw you awkwardly crawl through a corpse back into. Yeah, if there's any issue I have with the No Country for Old Men's ending, it's just that on first viewing, there's just something that like I was confused about in the third act, where I was like, "Wait, did I miss something?" So that kind of hurt my experience slightly. But other than that, it's a very good movie.
It's a good movie.
It's a lot like this game, where it doesn't do the cliche expected stuff, and not everyone's gonna like that.
I find, because I've watched a couple of Coen Brother movies now, I find that I prefer when they're making a more gritty, serious movie than I do when they try to be funny.
No, I like that funny. I like their funny stuff that I've seen, but again, it's just a taste thing. Fargo, I like a lot.
I
Which does both.
really had a hard time getting into Fargo.
You might prefer the show, but maybe not.
I do want to watch the show because the newest season has Joe Keery in it. I'm curious to see how he
Ooh,
does
nice.
in a non-Stranger Things role.
Yeah, like that. There's definitely I've only seen Fargo season 1. I need to get back to it, but some of that humor and satire from the movie is definitely in there. But overall, I'd say the show is a lot darker and more intense and serious. Like it's like
See, I didn't mind
80%
the like,
drama, maybe 20%.
when it was actually being satirical, the movie made me laugh. But a lot of its humor is like secondhand embarrassment or cringe. I can't handle that.
I don't have that at all. I think everything with William H. Macy's great. He's so pathetic in that movie.
Right there!
Okay, now that was fucking impressive.
That is what we call a pro gamer.
I don't know if you saw that, but I sniped that guy with a revolver.
I just saw it. Pretty sweet.
Oh, you thought you could hide?
Damn.
I got a shotgun now, motherfuckers. Or more aptly, I have a shotgun with ammo.
You good?
Now I have a shotgun with ammo. Ho ho. Doesn't have the same ring to it.
What is that from?
I have quoted Die Hard.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Sorry, for some reason my brain went to like Silent Night, Deadly Night. I was like, that's not right.
Wrong Christmas movie. Yeah. So you got through that pretty well. You were all out of fucks to give.
I was. Now, for the hard part. That's what we like to see.
Yeah, I like the Coen brothers, but I haven't seen a lot of their movies.
I mean, no, you know me well enough to, by now. I do not enjoy the cringe.
Well, that's the just difference of opinion. Like, I don't like cringe comedy at all. I just their style, in my opinion, I don't consider.
Oh
Cringe.
man, half of William H Macy's scenes in Fargo had me cringing.
I think they're great. He's so pathetic. And it's so obvious.
Yeah, it's so cringy.
No, I get secondhand embarrassment from like prank shows and stuff like that, where even if they're not hurting anyone, it's still like, oh god, this is not making me laugh.
Oh, see, I get it from like awkward humor because I'm like, oh god, make it stop.
And for me, it depends on the
Like,
awkward humor.
I made it 2 episodes into The Office and I was like, I am done. This show sucks.
Which one?
The Office.
Like British
Oh,
or
the
American?
U.S.
Season 1's not great. Season 2 gets a lot better.
I forget which episode it was. It was like Orientation Day or something. I
Yeah,
don't
it was
remember. And I was like, oh, I don't like this. Somebody was like, if you don't like that, you're not going to like the rest of the show. So I just quit.
Yeah, no, season 2 has a lot of good stuff. But, I mean, there is a lot of... For me, it just depends on, like, what I'm laughing at. Uncomfortable humor can work for me, but it just depends on if there's a difference for me between laughing at a person and feeling like I'm in their shoes, feeling the embarrassment that they're feeling. Like, do you like It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia?
I have not watched that, but I do want to
Okay.
try it.
Okay. Because, like, that's a show where, like, you're just laughing at them because they're so absurd. And
You're
just awful
laughing.
people.
People are dying and you're laughing.